So the world didn't fall apart. Nothing exploded. We had some comments that were walked back. Brandon Graham trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube. And then we get to today after much back and forth and conversation on Sports Talk Radio about Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. I said from the start, it didn't really bother me what he said. A lot of people, I do agree, wasn't the best time for it, but there's been situations where people have said a hell of a lot worse and not gotten this type of reaction. But we're in Philadelphia, so I understand it. But like I said, I watched the tape. So I understand the frustration where it comes from about Jalen getting better, getting the ball out of his hands. And it's not like Jalen is missing. When I say missing, I'm talking about like Jalen just didn't see the receiver. His looks are going somewhere else. Based on what I saw from watching the film, Jalen saw A.J. Brown on that first play. He saw him on the could-have-been touchdown that he delayed and went to Devontae Smith. And a couple other plays. So why he's hesitating to get rid of the ball, I don't know. To me, that's the problem. It's not that he gets 5 or 8 or 10 targets. To me, that's not the issue. The issue is when you have an opportunity and you don't take it. That's an opportunity missed. Prime example, Tristan McCullum the other day drops a pick. And then they continue to move the ball. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them. Murphy's Law says if you drop a pick, they'll score on that drive when you could have ended it. So the closer you get to the playoffs, the more you have to take advantage of those opportunities. And based on the tape of the Carolina game, Jalen missed some open opportunities to possibly score or continue drives and move the ball. So when I hear him say we need to work on passing, and he just says passing, to me that's pretty generic. I don't think that's pointed. To me that's generic because the passing game, because let's be honest, I've seen A.J. Brown be lazy on some blocking assignments on screens. I remember one time, I don't remember what game it was, he missed, I don't know if he didn't recognize the play, but he missed the block on the screen to Devontae Smith on that side. And it ended up being like a tackle for like either a small loss or no gain. But he did the standard, my bad. Because it was his man that made the tackle. So he's had some situations where he's missed blocks and things of that nature, and that's just the way that it goes. But as far as the relationships and things that go on in a locker room, I got to put the onus on Brandon Graham on that one. You're supposed to keep family business in the family. You, of all people, are not supposed to be coming out, jumping on WIP and airing out all that dirty laundry. And again, I'll listen to the interview. It wasn't like Howard Eskin tricked him into saying something. He got the flowing and just couldn't shut up. So I know he says that's a lesson learned, but you know, I do agree with some sentiments where you're going to be cautious about saying stuff in front of him, because if he's that type of person that kind of in a hope to always want to be honest, you can be honest and just not say nothing. Or if you think that's going to get you in trouble, because once you get started, you got to keep going, then how about you just don't say nothing at all? Because everybody's asking all of these questions, and this conversation got more intense because of what he did. If everybody just would have riffed off of what AJ's comments were after the game, then you're all speculation. But what Brandon Graham did, not only did he throw gasoline on the fire, man, bad news. Like, you should know better not to ever do that. So, but it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what the relationship was, or if, let's just say they were beefing, at the end of the day, they both going to be on the field at the same time. And at some point in time in this game against the Steelers, Jalen Hurts is going to throw the ball to A.J. Brown. And he going to catch it. Now, whether he gets the amount of catches and targets that he wants remains to be seen. I say, hey, throw 5 quick slants to A.J. Brown. He going to break one of them. He's the king of yak yards, man. He catches that ball. And what's frustrating to me is I see all these other teams doing it. Quick slants, getting the ball out of your hand quick, sending people in motion, and they still running slants. Just doing different things to create a little space. You cut it up the middle. You catch the pass on your third or fourth step, and then you play and you make plays. That's the best way to use A.J. Brown right now. But there were some deep passes that Jalen missed, period. And I guarantee you, they saw them plays and they recognized them plays and they called those plays out in film session. That's what it's for. So when you're talking about getting on the same page and stuff like that, usually when you say getting on the same page, that usually means you're adjusting routes and everybody's not certain what you're doing. That you got to get that together and practice. Now, did somebody forget? Did Jalen make the wrong call? I don't know. That's the stuff that you don't know. You don't know what their signals are. You don't know what their reads are. None of that stuff. So you got to take them at their word. But as far as the relationships and getting on the same page is I know where you're supposed to be and I'm going to throw the ball before you get there. That's being on the same page. So I still say, as much as I love Jalen Hurts had a bad game against Carolina. And he knows that. Jalen Hurts knows that. So, no, we're not going to be able to put this behind us. Doesn't bother me, but I'm talking about we as far as the media, because I got to count myself in that number now. Doing podcasts, you're part of the media. But at the end of the day, these two jokers got to get on the same field. And they got to make some things happen because the Steelers ain't coming here to play. They are not going to be messing around. And this is another opportunity to just prove to people how good of a team we are.